Okay. There have been a few questions just about theme development, and hopefully this video will clarify those. And if they don't, again, feel free to email me through D2L, and I'll address those individually, and I'll show you again how to do that later on in this video. So let's just get share my screen here with you, and then we will get going. Okay. So the first step that you need to do is go back to the analyzing literature lesson that I provided for you. Again, you can find that in D2L. Go to content, and then under um, your summative assignment, click. There's the analyzing literature video there. That's a pretty important one to review, and I think you will be able to see a lot of the things that I'm talking about today. And again, so again, to touch base on it, theme is that overarching controlling idea within a work of literature. So, and it connects to the human condition. These are just and there's subjects that are developed by the author's commentary. So if you look at the example that I gave you in that other video, it was the Lord of the Flies. The theme of the Lord of the Flies is power. This isn't a theme because power is just a subject on its own. You have to add something to it, which is the author's commentary, the message that they're trying to say about power. Okay, theme cannot be one word idea. The better one that we came up with was the theme of the Lord of the Flies is that power is a destructive force that brings about the demise of one's humanity. This is a better theme simply because you have the subject of power. Well, what about it? It destroys things. What does it in particularly destroy? One's humanity, who they are. So we've moved from this to that as a theme statement. Okay, that's a model for which you can use. Okay, there's the four-step process, and again, please review that other video. It is so very important. Now let's get to the next step here. Is whether you are doing option one, which is develop a theme and then connect simile, metaphor, and personification to it, or option two, which is develop a theme and discuss how symbolism develops it. It doesn't matter. This video will help you clarify each one. So let's work with this one here for a second. Okay, so if we scroll down, okay, we notice that we have a table here, or a chart here. We need a theme here. So if you want to go back and review out of at the very beginning, I gave you a lecture on dystopian literature, and here and in this video, click on it, and in this video you can watch again. There are a number of different, I will say, a number of different subjects that I introduced to you. Okay, and some of those, if we scroll the way down here, there's some parody things. It was just after this, I believe. There we go. These subjects here, these ones are going to be common even for Fahrenheit 451. So if the ones that I looked at are very important, are the ones that probably are easiest to turn into a theme, are this idea of power, this idea of identity, and this idea of freedom or liberty. So let's just say, for example, we come over here and I just developed this little table to kind of illustrate what you need to do. I think is a important subject in Fahrenheit 451. But I can't say the theme of Fahrenheit 451 is power. That's not a theme, it's a subject. So I need to say, okay, what is it about power? Maybe that it's a corrupting, maybe it's a corrupting force. Okay, what does it actually corrupt? Maybe it corrupts morality. Maybe in that way I'm getting a little bit closer to a theme, right? The theme of Fahrenheit 51 is that power is a corrupting force of one's morality. Okay, and that's a better one. What about identity? Maybe I want to go with this sense of identity as a theme. Okay. Well, what about it? This is the same thing process that you have to do. What about identity? That identities change, okay, or they develop. And then my next question would be, what do they develop to, or what are they, is this for a good? Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? What's the end goal here, or the end result of this development? Okay, that people are not necessarily the same person after a significant event. Okay, the same thing can be said for. You wanted to use freedom as a subject or liberty as a subject. What's the author trying to say about freedom? That it's essential. It's important. And what's essential or important about it? Well, perhaps it's due to identity. One's identities are tied to the fact that we do have freedom to express ourselves, to develop interests, so forth and so forth. So maybe that's a commentary and that's a theme. So here you have a couple quick examples of how to start developing a theme. Now you need to take it back to here. Once you have your full theme statement is the theme of Fahrenheit 451 is finish the statement. Okay. Now you need to find a simile. Okay, which is a comparison using like or as. Okay, and we've done this tons of times in the lectures. Then you have to find two examples of that. For the analysis pieces, how does this quotation connect to that theme? And that's what you put here. How does this develop this theme? Put that here. It's the same thing for metaphor. Metaphor is a comparison not using like or as. And again, if you really need to zero in on examples of this, read the opening paragraph of the novel, and that will give you that example. What is an example of a metaphor? How does this metaphor or this example, word for word, develop this theme? Same thing here. Same thing here. Personification is giving human qualities to non-human things or non-living things. Again, what is the quotation? And then under analysis, how does that connect or develop your theme? That's your essay. Okay, this is body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, body paragraph 3. Your introduction only is, so if you're looking at your introduction, for your introduction of your essay, you need a topic sentence, right? Now your topic sentence is just a sentence on your subject in Fahrenheit 451. So if my subject is power, I need a general sentence on power in the novel. Just a general sentence about the idea of power in the novel. Then I move to my thesis statement. My thesis statement is that my theme, and that's where you state your theme, is present in the novel. Go back and look at this. Come back here for a second here for you. Go back and look at this under summative assignments again. Look at this video here of essay format and of the essay. That's the presentation piece. This is me speaking about it. This will help clarify exactly what a good introduction looks like. So if I scoot through here, you just wait for a second. Okay. Topic sentence, thesis statement, directional statement. I've given you an example of here's a topic sentence, here's a thesis statement, here's a directional statement. So I've given you an actual example of that. So that's what we're kind of doing here. Okay. Your last one is your directional statement. This is that whatever your theme is developed by either simile, metaphor, personification, or 3 different symbols, whatever they may be. Okay, whatever option you chose, because if you chose this option, it's symbol 1, 2, or 3 that is developed. Use this as a guide. Okay, that will help you out. in short, and wrapping this up very quickly, start with the theme, okay? Move and then move into writing your essay. Everything that you do, all your body arguments that you write, this has to go back to how this literary device, the literary device is simile, works to develop that theme. It's the same thing if you're using the symbol. Say you this for the symbol one, you wanted to do mirrors. Okay, how that symbol develop that theme that you've identified. Okay, so let me know. You can email me again through here. You click up here, go to email. So there's that little envelope up here. Go to email, go to compose, type in BJEWELL. It's this one right here called the internal one, HPDSB e-learning. Send it to that one because that's the easiest one. Type your question and I'll get right back to you if you have any questions or concerns. Okay, you got to let me know so I can help you out on that and for your essay as well. Okay, hopefully this has helped. I think it will. But email me if you have any questions or concerns.